Hi everyone, Kathy Maxon, Craft Creations by Kathy. Today we are going to do a Bumblebee themed flower. So we will be using black. I didn't have poly burlap, so I do have black fabric mesh. We have the black and yellow window pane. It's like a window pane. And then I have the yellow poly burlap. We're going to be using the 8-inch Dollar Tree wreath form that comes in a 2-pack. I did get some plastic canvas and I already attached it to the center, and I have styrofoam ball that's going to go in the center. So I tried to I did a 6-inch wreath form over top so I could kind of figure out where I needed to get my zip ties in, because and then that's going to cover it. So I know that's going to be the size of my center. And we are going to make the center, we are going to be using this polycord from Hobby Lobby. I usually paint the background of my styrofoam. It's like a 3-inch. So I usually paint the background of it so I don't see any white. So we are going to be cutting, I believe it is 8 pieces of each. And we're going to be cutting them 10 inches. So I don't need, right now I don't need my glass because my fabric mesh does not, I can't use the wood burning tool, I don't think, on it. I don't think it cuts. So I'm just going to trim up this edge. Then we're going to cut them 10 inches. So we're basically, well, let's measure. We have to measure what it is. So it's 10.5. So you want to cut it 10.5. Sorry. So we want like a square. So again, I'm going to cut 8 pieces of the black. That'll be our first row. I'm going to do the window pane in the middle. So the black and the window pane are going to be one style of a fold, which I've never done before. So we'll get to do that together. And then the yellow poly burlap, we're going to do it in the center. And that's also another fold I never done. So we're going to have fun. This will be new for everybody. So let me get my 8 pieces cut here. I have my wood burning tool plugged in. And then I'll show you how I cut the window pane. And then that way you'll use that same method for the poly burlap, the yellow. We're going to do the same with the window pane. This time put your protected glass. This I did measure, it is 10 inches, so we will be cutting 10 inches. We'll be using our wood burning tool. So you're just gonna we will make 8 of these, and then you're going to use the same wood burning method on your poly burlap yellow. This is also 10 inches. So the only one that was 10.5 was the black. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area when you're using your wood burning tool. So I'm going to go ahead and wood burn 7 more of these and 7 more of the black and yellow window pane, and I will be back. Okay, let's start folding. I got all my cuts done. I'm going to start with the black. So I'm going to put the factory edge top and bottom. I'm right-handed. I'm going to go bottom right to top left. So we're making a triangle. Line up your edges as best you can. And then because this is fabric mesh, you can see how the little strings are coming off. So then what we're going to do is I'm going with, I got the folded edge facing me. I'm going to take my right side. I'm going to extend past my center point down there. But then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Take the right edge down. So we're kind of making a triangle, but it's going to be open on both sides. So what I've been trying to do is make, and I'm going to pinch here. So I've been making from the tip to here 6 inches. I'm using a little 4-inch zip tie so I can just pre-make my petals before I tighten. It usually ends up being about 6 1/4 inches. But I'm just going to pre-make. So it's almost, like I said, so it's open on that side, open on that side. So that's what our petal looks like. Let's do it again. Seamed top and bottom. If you're right-handed, you know, right corner up, or if you're left-handed, you can do the left corner up. Doesn't matter. So we're making a triangle. We're going to know where our center point is. We're going to take our right, we're going to extend past our tip. Then I'm going to hold it all. We're going to flip it over. And then now this is on our right again. And then we're going to extend past the tip. Get our string out of there. I'm going to pinch it right there. It's about 6 inches. You can use a clothespin. This way we can just get all of our petals made. Double check before I tighten it. Yep, it's about 6 inches. Like I said, by the time I tightened it, it ended up being like 6 1/4. So that is our fold on the black. We're going to do that same fold on the window pane. So this is where I cut. So we're going to have the finished edge, top and bottom. I'm going to take my right bottom up. We're making a triangle. We take the bottom right over here again. Again, I'm extending past the point. That's probably about 1.5 inches. I'm going to hold them, flip it over, and then we're going to do the same. Take the right side up. And then there's our petal. This one looks a little more square because the window pane is, remember it's the poly mesh, where the black was the fabric mesh. So, and remember our black was 10.5 inches. This is only 10 inches. So again, I'm going to measure at the 6, tighten it up. Cut that off so you can see, because of our 10.5, my tail's longer, but the petals should be approximately the same size. So you're going to need 8 each of those. And just so you know, I got this idea. She did a ladybug theme. Her name is Christine from the Door Doctor, and she did a ladybug theme and she did a St. Patty's Day. So I'm kind of taking a mixture of both on how I'm going to put them on my wreath form. So then let's do this petal. Like I said, all these petals are new to me. We're going to do the same factory edge, top and bottom. We're going to do our same triangle fold. This one's a little trickier for me. So we have our triangle. What we're going to do is fold it in half again. So now we have what looks like a Star Trek petal. I think that's kind of what people call it. So I'm going to leave my open edge over here. So this is all folded. So all this stuff is folded. You know, our raw edges are going to be down at us. So she picked it up, pushed her thumbs down, picked it up, and kind of then move your wrists in. So they're making like a cupped petal. But when we zip tie, we got to make sure this little tail here gets in our zip tie. So then that makes it only about 4 inches. Let's at least get the zip tie on. Come on. Just need to hear a little click right there. So we can make our petal, you know, how we want it. So here's some that I made. You know, so I measured. It's going to end up being, because we want this little tail in. So I kind of need to move my zip tie up a little more because I want to capture that. So then it ends up only being about 4 inches. So I'm hoping this covers what we need to cover. So you can like shape it up. That's nice about the poly burlap. You can shape, whoops, there goes my clip. And as you can see, I have so much tail here, I just cut it off. I hope that's not gonna burn me later on, right? So that was that petal. Like I said, we can shape them, do what you want. If you wanted to do this side of the petal, it has a different look to it. Let's do that one again, because that one was kind of tricky. Factory edges, top and bottom. We're going to fold it in half, making ourselves a large triangle. And we're going to make ourselves a smaller triangle. So then it looks like our Star Trek symbol, I believe. Then we're going to pick it up in our hands, push. When you're pushing your thumbs down, you're pulling your wrists in. So thumbs down, pull your wrists in. So again, I want the zip tie about there, because I need to get that gather point in, or otherwise it's going to come out on you. Okay. This one looking a little funky. We can shape it up. My little edge is in. It's about 4 inches. And I'm tightening it up. And there I shot another one across the row. And I'm just coming back and cutting my tails off. So that's, well, the 2 petals, but 3 different colors. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me finish making all my petals and I will be back. We're gonna now start putting this together. So I showed you the folds. I have actually 1 piece of each left, so we could always do that again. But let's start putting this together. So we're gonna be using the 8-inch ring from Dollar Tree. Just has 3 rows. Like I said, I already got the plastic canvas on. You can pick that up at Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabrics, any craft store. We're going to be using the center bar. You can see it's actually kind of sticks out a little. We're going to be using the center bar. Remember, we're going to do 8 black. Flip your zip tie the correct way. You can even use the 8-inch if you wanted to, oh my gosh, tighten it up around the base of your, when we were zip tying the petal shut. So I'm going to cut this string. Cut strings as you see them. And you can see how it kind of wonkies that way. So we are going to put in a zip tie this way, and it should hopefully straighten that out. So that's all nice and straight. That's tight. So yes, we're using like 3 zip ties per petal. So we can even. I think we'll do like 3 in each section. I think we have 8, so we'll do 3 in each section, and then 2 in one. So it's just going to be placement. So what I'm going to try to do then is just have them touch here, and we'll go with that. You know, it doesn't hurt if we have to make another petal. It's not going to hurt. So I'm going to continue around with the black, and I will come back. We'll see how it looks. Okay, this is how. Okay, my old phone died. It was plugged in. It was plugged in. It should be charging at the same time that I was videoing. But anyways, this is what 7 of the petals look like. Let's do that fold again. Remember, factory edge top to bottom. Take one of your corners. I did the right bottom. Line it up. Now you got a triangle. We're going to fold. This is all the folded edge. We're going to go down. Remember, we go past. Flip it over. Can make these look a little prettier over here, I guess. I don't have to. And we're going to go this way as well. I'm going to pinch right there. I'm going to make sure that's, yep, that's about 6 inches. I'm going to put my little zip tie here just to hold my tail. Double check. Yep. Tighten that up. Let's bring this back over. Remember, we're on the center bar. See how all the corners match up? All these corners are hitting. That's what I want. These are my 8-inch zip ties. Get that one. Remember, we're going to put one the opposite way to straighten up the petals. I'm going to tighten them up. And there is our first row. If you want, you can put your next petal, you can also put on the center. So we could make it like this. You know, and then you just kind of, well, we'll put them like we would start opposite and then kind of go that way. So we could do that. And then, so then all these would all be matching on the outside. Or my plan was to put this down a little further. So these would then come down to, I'm probably going to put them around where my line is, maybe about 1 inch below this center ring. Because then when we have these petals, remember I need to be inside my little circle, but I want to make sure that I'm inside my circle, but I cover these corners. So, let's see. We go like that, and that. Now they're all going to kind of go like this. It was kind of funny because I got to my black and I'm like, wait, I'm like 1 short. I'm like, maybe I gotta make 9. No, I only had cut 7. You should have told me I only cut 7, but I only cut 7. And then we could put all these in here like this. You know, they'll all have to be mushed together. I hope this is dry. I mean, it doesn't have the, and then this would go on top of that. I'm trying to look in the camera to see. Let's do this one this way. And if somebody wants something different, those are options that you can do. Like I said, you can go watch Christine. She did the ladybug theme. She did 2 rows on that center bar. She did do it this way, so you can go look at for her ladybug theme one, and that's what she did. So let's do something different. So like I said, we'll put it down. So we're gonna go an inch, which will be, oh, maybe we're gonna go more like 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, that would have been a 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go 4 spaces down from that bar. Now these, I don't think we need 2, because in being in the canvas, it should do well. Let's do one more over here. We'll do opposite so we make sure we're pretty even. What do we say we went down? 1, 2, 3, we went down 4. Flip your zip tie the right way. So I'm just gonna put this, I'm gonna put 1 space in between. I got a little stringy there. So I'm gonna put it where my little zip tie is under the big zip tie. Okay, this is what it looks like. I did a change of plans. I moved these down. So they're like 1, 2, they're like 5 or 6. So they're almost to that inside ring. They're like the row right above where I marked that inside ring. Because when I was trying to see how these were going to be placed, these are going to get smushed here in the middle, but they weren't hiding my mechanics. And if you really, like if you're doing certain colors, like I could have used black zip ties here, and then that way, then you wouldn't really, it wouldn't be as noticeable as my clear. So I did north, south, east, west, and then I put the next 4 on top. So then what we can do is just come over and have, you know, the one on top of the other. Or you could have left it how it was. Let's do this last petal fold one more time. Factory edge, top, bottom. Fold it like the triangle. Remember, triangle again, so it looks like the Star Trek. Pick it up, kind of push your thumb and pull your wrists in. Get our zip tie. I'm going to make sure my zip tie is where that little poof. I want to make sure I get that in there. Like I said, it comes to about 4 inches. Play with it. Make sure your petal, some of my petals seem wider than others. I don't really like this petal fold. I'm just telling you, just saying out loud. And then I got to cut this off. And I actually went back and trimmed all the others up because I need it. I need my extra space so I can get in here. So these are going to be, oh, and then I even cut some of the black and window pane. I kind of trimmed that down as well. So I didn't have so much going on here in the middle. So we are going to try, and then I was playing with my center and it's not dry yet. That's just the paint. Oh my gosh. These zip ties. It looks like I'm putting them in the right way, but then no, I'm not. Sorry, my big fat head in the way. So I kind of want to make sure that like where it bows out is going to be hiding the mechanics below. Like I said, since I already moved them once and had to cut my zip ties, I didn't want to do it again, but I should have put black in there. So that's just a tip. Probably use black. So then we're going to do one straight across. Spread out my stuff. Make sure my zip tie is going in there the correct way. Like I said, these are going to be squished in here. See, like this one is not going to go on the opposite side of the... Basically what you want to do is just make sure that your petals come out about the same, you know, about the same. I'm going to squish it next because see, this one doesn't quite come up to the top there at that section. So I'm going to squeeze these in. I'm going to do this opposite again, and then we're going to lay that in, and I'll come back and show you. Okay, so this is what I did. I made one more petal for the middle because I couldn't hide the mechanics of the things below. So I got 9 in the center, 8 black, 8 window pane, and 9. And I don't think my center... this 3-inch ball is really going to cover. It does, but I really think I need a little bit bigger because of how I had to bunch it all. You can kind of see that it's going to sit up high. So I think I'm going to do maybe a little bit bigger center. We'll see. We'll see where it takes us. Let's work on the wreath center, or the flower center. The one that I had picked up was 3.1, and it was just a little too small. It was, gonna be able to see my zip ties. So Walmart did have, it's already cut in half, a 1.9 inch by 3.8 inch. So that's what I did. So I already have it painted black, so this is what it's gonna look like. And it's going to cover all of my stuff. I did, because you can kind of see this kind of bows out a little. So I did kind of indent a little in the back. But I painted it black because we're going to use this polycording decorative trim black that you can pick up from Hobby Lobby. And I got my glue gun over here on the side. And I need to find where like the center is. I thought I kind of had an idea where I was going to make the center. I think kind of like right there is the center. Is it? Oh, kind of where this little slash thing is. So I'm going to put some glue here. This is my detailed glue gun. So I kind of wanted to leave the tape on the end, but it came off, and now it's just splitting on me. So I'm going to kind of lay that in the glue, let it sit for a little bit. I'll get my fingers in it. You kind of try and hold this down. I should have started it on its own, like, you know, on my work table first. I just don't like being able to see all the glue here. And you will get lots of glue strings. I'm just going to use my tip and kind of, yeah, make more of a mess. I'm going to just squeeze that in. Maybe when I use the hairdryer, it will melt all that away. So then just as you go around, just kind of get it up in the glue and just kind of keep going around in a circle. And then we're going to just do this all the way down to the end. So again, you just have to be patient with this. That looks like it's in the center. So I'm going to continue wrapping around and we'll be back. As you can see, I'm to here with the rope. So what you just still keep doing, just put your glue there and then just kind of roll your stuff right into the glue. And then I just been kind of holding it for a second before I go on more. So as we get down here to the very edge, I'm going to make sure I really hold that good. Because I'm kind of making sure it's rolled up on itself. So I guess I wasn't exactly in the center. Remember, when using a hot glue gun, just make sure you don't burn yourself. I like this detailed one. I'm going to keep this one still kind of a little bit on the going down edge, but try to get it to roll up there. And again, remember to get rid of your glue strings, just kind of hit it with the hairdryer because the black shows a lot of glue strings. Got it? Maybe. And then I'm just going to glue this down. Just put some glue and I'll just hold it in place in the glue. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take our, get a pipe cleaner ready. I'm going to take some, I think they're called floral pins. So I'm going to put some glue down here. Remember, I dug myself a little bit of hole and I'm running out of glue. I need to get a new glue stick. I'm just going to set that in the glue. Glue stick. This is a Sure Bonder Mini. And then so what we can do then, actually, I think I'm going to cut these. So I think I'm going to cut these down a little. And drop it on the floor. Just so I don't have a chance of it sticking through anywhere off the sides. This will also help hold. So this will also help, you know, hold your pipe cleaner in. And we're also going to cut, I have a piece of felt here. I'm just going to put some glue there, and then the felt will also help hold this in place. And you can hear the hot glue melting the styrofoam. Take the hair dryer, and if you do see some black spots or glue spots, you can come in with your Sharpie marker if you want, since on the black, and you can kind of, because I didn't really like this center because I kept seeing the glue, so I just Sharpied it. Then I'm just going to attempt to feed it through all this stuff here. Okay, one is through. Hey, got it. Whew, that was work. Big old glue string right there. So I'm just going to kind of set it in here. Let me take a look at it and see where the center is. And they are in different holes, so then it won't pull out. So then you just cut them, and we can, you know, stick these down back in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some black felt. And I'm going to cover the back. So then that way nothing will be sticking out. Won't be able to, I'm going to get the glue strings off. But this is the finished wreath. Let me get some pictures and I will show you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.